Good morning. So my name is Pavel. I work at a company called Media Holding, and I've been there for the last 6-7 years. It's a German-based company. Can you hear me? Actually, yeah. Good. Good. So what I'm going to talk in the next 15 minutes is what are we doing or how we manage the performance of our databases. To be able to explain that, I'll quickly introduce who we are as a company and what do we do as a product. We started around 10 years ago, and currently we are the largest deal community in the world. In terms of numbers, we currently operate in 11 different markets in 3 different continents. And the strongest markets are here in Europe or in the North America. And we are doing really well nowadays in India. In terms of like the number of people, how big our team is, the whole company is around 270 people, and in the IT we are around 20. Although the company is tiny, what we have achieved so far is that we have around 82 million visitors a month, and around 40 million comments, 716,000 comments were just in the last month. We have around 68,000 posted deals also per month. We have around 3 million registered users, 2.8 million fans on Facebook. In UK and in Germany, we're using different channels. So WhatsApp is one of them, and there we have 2.2 million subscribers. I don't know if you guys know, but at least for us, the conversion rate for these channel groups is very high. So when we send them a message, there is, let's say, a nice deal or a cheap iPhone or some shop, 70% of the people click on the links or visit the websites. So that means that in the first 10 minutes after such a message, 1.5 people will jump on the site. What else? We have around 5 million app installs, almost 100 push messages on the apps. So all of that, it was not easy for us, or it's not easy even nowadays as well. So what I'm going to do in this short talk is to tell who are our consumers and how do we serve content to them. So I guess you all know who those 2 people are. That's just to make sure that we are all on the same page. That's Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. At the time when the picture was taken, they were in China and they were at McDonald's, right? So, but the example here is not about the money they have or the preferable lunch that they like to eat, but it's about the fact that if you look closer, Warren Buffett brought coupons. So it doesn't matter how, for discounts. So it doesn't matter how rich we are, none of us likes to spend its money. So that's what we are doing. We try to help our visitors in a way that we show them how they can do better buying decisions or better purchases. So what we realized is that there's different social places like Facebook for our friends, or Instagram for pictures, or Pinterest for inspiration, but there was no place for shopping, and that's what we did. Currently, we do not currently, but every time. We never post ads, and the content that we have on the platform is not paid. We don't create it. It's the people who create it and the people who vote for each other and what's good and what's not good. And so these are the numbers about our visitors. So when you're doing a good product, people tend to come back, and around 75 to 80% of our visitors is returning visitors. So in a nutshell, we're deal hunters, right? So in the IT team within the company, the good deal was to use the Percona MySQL database server, since we do use it since years. And you have been listening already a couple of days for the good parts and features and how you can configure. I personally am not a database server, so it was very interesting to me. But what I'll try to explain here, what helps us to keep the high traffic website and performance and scalability work together. So for us, at least how we identified is that there's three main factors. That would be the distribution, the design, and the quality. So the distribution, what that means is we operate in Germany, in UK, in different countries, France, and so it was easy for us to make all of the data to sit into one location and to serve it from there. But we have 11 websites, so that would be theoretically very simple. But what we did was actually the opposite. So we split the databases, and every single website doesn't know that the rest exists. And so we host everything onto 11 different locations. Some of you might say that this is a big overhead, and to be honest, it is. But using automation, using the same code base, using the same approaches everywhere, minimize the overhead and leave more benefits. So when you make a mistake, you are distributing the risk so that the mistake will be affecting only just one of the parts on the system. So I can give you an example about something we have experienced, I think like 1 year ago. What happened is that we have an automated script for failover. We use a standard MySQL master-slave replication. So we had an automated failover, which we always thought works well. But one night in the data center, the master database disks went off, or exploded, or whatever happened. And we very fast realized that the automation didn't work. So we were quite lucky. This thing happened in the middle of the night, so not that big of an impact of the business. But the biggest benefit was that because we distributed the different websites into different locations, none of the other millions of visitors were affected or even knew that there was a problem somewhere. The next part is the good database design that we identified as the key of the success, at least for us. How, or like the good database design and thinking in advance how a certain feature would work, for us is very hard. So I don't know if that's a common thing for other companies. I do assume it is. And not always we are 100% sure that we do the right choices. And I also can't give you an absolute perfect formula or steps that you can follow to achieve that. But what we do is we test, we experiment, we ask people who have different experience than ours. So I can give you an example. Does anyone know who this person is? I honestly didn't know as well, so I Googled it. This is, his name is Tyson. He's the second fastest person on the planet. Nobody, or not that many people know who he is. So what's important to understand from this is that you guys have to choose the battles that you want to fight. And so, so for that reason, although we achieved a lot alone, there was a time that we turned out to Percona, and we become a ultimate client of their support engineering. So they did help us a lot. We work on a daily basis with them, work with engineers. We validate, test, experience the different ideas we or they have. And so it helps us a lot. The quality of the software, is the last or third important factor that we've identified. It really doesn't matter how good you've distributed the risk or how good database design you have. If you don't use it in a nice way or in a quality way, then everything will actually go down the road. So what we do is that regularly we do checks, we do audits, we check for queries that are not optimized or for indices or stuff like that. What helps us is that we have different teams working on the different parts of the platform. So we usually switch for a day or two the positions of the teams, and everyone is able to see the other parts of the system, do kind of an audit, give examples, recommendations, and share knowledge in between. Yeah. So thank you very much for the time.